I think that Netanyahu's totally correct when he doesn't want to stop the advance into that last part of Gaza, because to do that would mean they get rewarded.
What would happen if the international community instead decided to join together, send in task forces, and decide to get rid of Hamas once and for all with Israel, as opposed to putting pressure on them to let Hamas rebuild their weaponry? Going back to 93, 94, 95, during the Oslo Accords, looking at what happened when Yasser Arafat died, they found $3.4 billion of humanitarian aid that had been sent to the Palestinian people in his bank accounts. He was living it up like a billionaire while his people were dying and starving, and that's not because there wasn't aid given to them, it's because of corruption. It's like watching the art of war play out right in front of our eyes. I mean,
Yes.
it really does feel like they managed to get a blueprint of the administration and say, what areas are at their weakest, how can we utilize that to our advantage? And honestly, I'm kind of torn between being absolutely horrified and kind of amazed at that kind of strategy. Like, this feels like some sort of ancient military strategy of, this kind of feels sort of akin to the Trojan horse. Like, what a phenomenal way to do this at a time when things are so weak, when the borders aren't monitored, when nobody's watching out, when the role that the US is supposed to play isn't being played efficiently. And I know a lot of people will sort of immediately dismiss it as conspiracy, but it's actually, it's almost sort of equal parts horrifying and incredible to me that somebody would be that have that much insight and to know to do it now. Because we've got an election coming up, and you best believe if Trump comes back in, everything's going to get tightened up around here, boy. It's like the mice that have been playing, oh boy, the cats are back. Everybody's going to have to know that they're going to have to fall into line.